Wow, ending of a cycle for you. Your central card is Ten of Swords. So there is something, a way of thinking that has come to its end, that has been draining your life force, making you sort of feel tired, or I'm just, you know what I'm getting for you, Aries, with this is that I'm getting that you're overextended, especially in your thoughts. Your thoughts may be going in a million different directions, and it's draining you. So this is a 10 card, which is a completion card. You're kind of coming to the end of the cycle and saying, I can't do it this way anymore. I don't want to do it this way anymore. Let's see what else is coming up for you. In shadow is Temperance. Yeah, this is peace. This is tranquility. This is moderation. Moderation is going to be a nice word for you for July. What else is coming up? King of Coins in the passing away position. Approaching, King of Swords, King of Cups. Wow, 3 kings. I'll talk more about that in a moment. So good advice. Yeah. The king energy is very different from this. King is stable. King is something that can sustain itself over a long period of time. Yeah, look, this is you right now for July. Exhausted, collapsed, can't do it anymore, bottoming out. But you're surrounded by all this extremely stable energy, Aries. So let's see what else is coming up week by week. The world is yours in July, first week. Love it. Week 2, 6 of Cups in reverse. Maybe something from the past is showing up. Week 3, time to clear out things from the past. Judgment in reverse, forgiveness. And week 4, the Star. Okay, this is beautiful, Aries. You know, what I'm getting is that some of you may just feel exhausted. And I know I said that earlier at the beginning, but 10 swords represent our thoughts, our ideas, our beliefs, our thinking. So sometimes this card is referred to as negative thinking, or what I'll call it is beliefs that are not serving you, that are draining you. And it's time for those to end. It's 10 of Swords. So what patterns in your thinking have been draining you? And it's time to let those go. It's time to realize that you can't move forward with that. So I also point out in this card that if you're in the dark night of a soul, you know, there's always the new dawn that's coming next. So sometimes this card is called bottoming out or hitting bottom. It's really like going through something that you need to let go of in order to go forward and sort of start a new day. It's letting go of any thinking that isn't serving you. But you're really supported, Aries, with all these other cards. I mean, you've got 3 major arcana cards, 4 for the weeks, and what's in your shadow position. And then you've got these 3 kings. You know, when we think of 3 kings, I think of the Christmas story of the people bringing gifts. And, you know, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, practicality, love. And then you've got this sweet 6 of Cups card, which represents kindness, innocence, sentimentality, reunion. So if in July you feel exhausted, you feel tired, you feel like, gosh, I just can't seem to go forward with this way of thinking, I'm going to say change up your thinking. Get some new swords. Get some swords that instead of like draining you, you get to go out and take action in the world. New thoughts are going to really help you. What's hanging out below your conscious level is Temperance. This is moderation. This is finding the path that brings 2 hearts together, finding the path of compromise, creating something that is balanced and serene and just peaceful, soft. She or he, it's not really clear in this card whether the angel is male or female, but has 1 foot in the water, which represents our emotional state, and 1 foot on land, which represents being grounded, being on solid, firm footing. So it's really that balance between the earth element and the water element, between feeling grounded and feeling like you've got 1 foot in the pools of the emotional world. And really, when you take two elements and fuse them together as temperance is, you come to this third place. That's what this triangle represents on the angel's chest, is its synthesis that creates something new. And there's a lot of peace here. This is the angel of peace. So I really get, even though this is in your shadow position, it's something that maybe you don't have access to right now. It's something that's hanging out in your subconscious mind, maybe not in your conscious mind. If you're feeling drained, if you're feeling exhausted, if you're feeling at the point of collapse, that you've gone in too many directions, you're thinking too many things, you really have this peace sort of hanging out and waiting for you in the shadows. It's almost like you have to turn off that light to just realize what peace is available to you. So that is the basis of July for you, Aries. I'm going to say, if you're feeling tired, exhausted, collapsed, the end of a cycle, needing to let go of a certain way of thinking, there's really a lot of peace and support gifts available to you in July. Really great cards in support of this kind of challenging one. What's passing away is King of Coins. Now, this is a card of financial stability. This is a card of entrepreneurship. This is a card of expertise, being a CEO, being the head of a company, making decisions regarding finances. If you're in business for yourself, you may start to feel like, I don't feel like doing this anymore. Or you may be saying goodbye to like a financial advisor. Not sure who. This also could potentially be an earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Usually someone in a position of, again, expertise or authority. This could also be like a boss, father figure, a landlord, family member. Some of you may be saying goodbye to an earth sign person, or letting go, moving away from. I'm not sure how that shows up for you, but they're in the passing away position. What's approaching are these other two kings. We have the King of Knowledge and Wisdom and Understanding, King of Swords. I call this a King Solomon card because he makes decisions based on logic, based on analysis, reason. He holds up the sword of the truth, and all of these oak branches represent wisdom, experience. So even though this is coming in, both of these kings are in reverse, which shows maybe a little bit of resistance or fear or doubt to following what they have to say. So is there a way, Aries, that you are defying logic or the good, solid advice that's being given to you by a King of Swords person? Sometimes King of Swords can be an air sign, so that is Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But anyone who embodies the King of Swords archetype can be a King of Swords. So someone who's like a lawyer or a counselor, someone who uses their words, who has knowledge that they share, is level-headed, sort of left brain, logical, analytical, insightful. Is there someone who fits that archetype that you are not seeing eye to eye with right now? Because a difference, they're coming in, but a difference that I'm seeing with these two cards, with you and with them, is that you have too many thoughts. They have one thought. They're in alignment with the truth. They are committed to the truth. Whereas you have sort of like these multiple truths or multiple thoughts, multiple different beliefs that are kind of draining you. And they're like, no, this is the answer. I have the answer in my hand. And you may want to take a page from their book and kind of give them your ear, because that will help you identify which of these swords you want to carry. Notice how for them the sword is empowering. For you it's draining. So what is it that is the idea, the belief, the alignment with the truth that they have that you could maybe model their behavior or learn from them? So I'm going to encourage you, Aries, to listen to the kings that are surrounding you. You've got three experts, three mentors that are offering you their help. They're surrounding you. The three kings, they're bringing you gifts. bringing you gifts of practicality, reliability, trustworthiness, good decision making regarding finances, assets, possessions, long-term success. And then you've got King of Swords, which you're actually maybe trying not to see the truth, trying not to hear the blunt advice. So I'm going to say open up to King of Swords. And also King of Cups is highlighted for you in the reverse. This I see as the loving father, the wonderful partner, the man who comes from a place of compassion. He comes from the heart. That's what cups represent, is heart energy. So this is the person, can sometimes be a water sign. So Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. But I'm going to say with him, he's giving you expertise regarding the heart. So what I'm really seeing is use your heart and hear the truth. You know, don't get wrapped up in all these different ideas like what if. I think all these different things, and I'm sitting here in a pool losing my energy. You know, take one thought and align with that. Connect with your heart and approach the world from a place of love and understanding is really what I'm getting. Because love and understanding, love and connection with one truth, not all these excess thoughts, not all these like things pulling you in a million different directions. Choose one, Aries. That's really going to help you. Understanding, coming from the heart. These you may be trying to resist. So what is the one truth that you can align with? Receiving the advice, the logical clarity from King of Swords, and also receiving advice from King of Cups, because in the reverse, this can say emotional instability, which kind of echoes Ten of Swords. I always like to look at what is in shadow versus what is in highlight. You know, opportunity to feel emotionally stable versus emotionally unstable. So which do you choose? It's really going to be about whether you listen to reason or not. Because if you do, if you let those words of advice come in, if you listen to the expert, this could even be a counselor, you know, a psychologist, or someone just with wisdom, someone that you talk to who knows how to think things through, comes to clear decisions based upon their wisdom and experience. That is also, by listening to that, you also open up to this other king. So there's three kings. Receive their gifts, Aries. It's really going to help you with feeling drained, feeling depleted, feeling like, oh, I'm just exhausted. I can't go in 10 directions at once. I can't switch between 10 different channels. It's almost like that. It's almost like Gemini energy, where you're constantly changing channels and it's just depleting you. So choose one. That's really going to help you. If you're going to find peace with that, Aries. With week one, you have the world available to you. This is, again, support. Receive the support. You've got support from all directions. This is a time for feeling free. It's a time of victory. You see this victory laurel. It's a time of feeling, you know, a completion of some sort. Because one of the things that these two cards share is completion. This is the end of a cycle as being a 10. It's the most amount of swords on a card, so the most amount of thinking. The time for thinking is over. This is a card of completion. This is the final card in Major Arcana. So it's saying a cycle is wrapping up, getting ready for something new, getting ready to pass through this portal of like, that's who I used to be. This is who I am now. It's almost like I was depleted, I was exhausted, and this is me feeling re-energized, free. So week one, really embrace the support that is coming at you from the whole zodiac, the whole celestial sphere. It's feeling like free, released. If you come into July feeling this, you can just flip it over in week one and say, no, I'm ready for something new. I'm completing this cycle. It's really, World is one of the most positive cards, Aries, so really enjoy that. In week 2, there is Six of Cups showing up for you. I'm going to say be careful of not feeling cynical or jaded in week 2. Open up to the high side of Six of Cups, which is kindness, innocence, feeling like a child again, connecting with your partner in childlike ways. You know, the heart of children are usually very open, very present. There's a real sweetness, innocence, kindness, tenderness here. It's a picture of two children giving each other flowers. And this can be a very sentimental card. It can relate to reunion from the past, or if you're not in partnership, it could be like meeting someone else with the heart of a child, both you and them, showing up, you know, in this sort of sweet, innocent way. When it's in reverse, it's saying you're having a hard time tapping into that. It's there, but you feel like you can't trust it, or it's not real, or something like that. Don't be cynical. Week 2, Aries, open up to the sweet, tender, gentle, kind energy of Six of Cups. It's beautiful. And week 3, you may need to employ some kind of forgiveness. And it may be hard for you to do. This is Judgment, and this is a card of the spiritual fire burns away all of the old baggage, all of the old stories, all of what is dead and gone. These are people who've been buried. I'm getting buried the hatchet, because this power of forgiveness really burns away all old stories. When you have Judgment in reverse, it's saying you may be overly critical of someone else, or someone else may be overly critical of you. There may be judgments flying back and forth. And the way to release that is through forgiveness. This spiritual fire burns away everything. Old stories, old baggage, old karma. So even if it may be challenging for you to forgive someone, maybe from your past, maybe a sibling, family member, I'm going to say use that, or partner, romantic partner, someone that you have known maybe since childhood, or you have tender, sweet, childlike feelings towards. Try to forgive them. Try to open up to forgiveness, because that lets everything go. And that is actually what will renew you. This card, Star, is about renewal. This is about hope, new life, self-acceptance. It may be that you're having a hard time forgiving yourself, Aries. So really employ forgiveness in week 3 to you and or anyone else around you. That's really going to help you get to this place. Feeling refreshed. This is like the feeling of after a storm has brewed. Everything feels radiant. It feels nourished. This is accepting, validating, self-accepting, hope. Star is about hope. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. It's that Jiminy Cricket, Disney, beautiful, sweet. It's the feeling of like when you look up at the stars. So this is available to you week 4. You're just going to have to unlock this forgiveness, potentially towards someone from the past or someone that you're in partnership with. That may be mid-month for you.